Hi and welcome to Organized Chaos, where we plan our lives one page at a time. Today I'm doing a short plan with me, and it's going to be using Spring Coffee Shop by Peep the Bow Creations. I am one of their brand ambassadors, and you can mention K15 at checkout for 15% off. So today I'll be using my Papertess Designs, the yearly planner, the undated edition, to do a quick journaling spread for you. And also, this is what I've set up so far. Quite a simple setup. I'm using from some traveler's notebooks from Traveler's Notebook Company. These were in the actual Traveler's Company cover, and then I switched them over to my Motum cover. This is in cream, and it's quite a beautiful color, very neutral, and I have been loving this setup so far. So let's get into the plan with me on my journaling spread for this week. So I've recently started using Papertess Designs on day-to-day early edition, and I'm really liking the size so far. I'm also liking the portability of the book. Usually I would do bigger books, but I've decided that this coming year I want to really trim down and use some smaller books. I can't find my regular tweezers, unfortunately, so I have to go for these ones. Just placing some washi to decide where I want to place them. Usually I do not have a specific pattern in mind or anything. I just start placing stickers and just go with the flow. I usually like to have dolls. Most of the time I use dolls from Black Papier because I really love her dolls, but today I'm using some from Peep the Bow Creations kits, and just really simple decor, no fuss, because I like to have space for writing. Just gonna place this here. Most of the times my stickers tend to go down very lean, no matter how much I try with getting them down in a particular way. So I just again go with the flow and stick some bits and pieces around and just enjoy the entire process of just completing a spread. Nothing too elaborate these days, just keeping it really very simple. A few elements here, a few elements there, and just work your way up to a spread that you like. I think when it comes to doing spreads, it's all about your imagination, it's all about your vibe, it's all about what you want to see in your spread as well. So this is one of the times when I kind of just let creativity flow and put just sometimes the magic in it is seeing what it becomes after. I've done spreads already, and when I'm done with those spreads, I'm like, really? Could have done this, or could have done that, or could have done something else, but I tend to just go with it. And usually when you put in your writing, you tend to see the true beauty in your spread. Well, at least I've found that. Sometimes you look at a spread and it says, I'm not looking the best. But after you've really started writing, you know, you may have chosen the perfect fountain pen ink, and after you start going through and you start writing, that's when you see all the pops of color coming out and you see the true beauty in your spread. So I tend to say just work with the process as it is, go along with it as you go, and then eventually you will come to what is your desired outcome. Again, no judgment here. If your spread is perfect for you, that is what is important. It doesn't have to look like anybody else's spread. This is your planner. You do what you need to do with your planner for your planner to look good. And choose the elements that you think would satisfy you. So because this is a journaling spread, I would tend not to cover up the page too much because again, it's not like no white space. You obviously need space to write. Sometimes you look at it and you wonder, well, what the boxes are for and all these things. I might put some little quotes here. I might put something interesting that happened for the day on this particular day. Or I might just decide to leave it blank and just enjoy a spread as it is. The elements in this kit are very, very pretty, and it's quite a good mix of browns and beiges and all these pretty elements that work so well together without being very overpowering. I tend to like to use washi to board on my pages as well. It feels as though it's like in the right spot when I do that. I'm just gonna get a ruler, and I usually just use a ruler like this and tear the edge off. And I don't bother sticking back pieces because most of the time you don't go back to use them anyway. Kind of just use the majority of the spread and then you call it the end of a day. So probably I'll use this here because again, this is my spread. I can choose to do what I wish with my spread. The aesthetics is it is what you're going to see the beauty in after the fact. Lean sticker. And then probably just one element again to tie the entire thing in. Probably not use this green strip. I bought this sticker paper, and when I tell you it sticks, you better make your mind up about where you're placing it because you're going to lose it. It's going to be done. You are going to take it up and you are going to be missing bits and pieces of your page. Just looking for one more small element to put here, and I might most likely go with this tiny flower. Usually I like to put a quote or something as well, something that is, you know, a nice vibe. I'm going to be putting some days of the week from this book. I like clear days of the week most likely in my spreads, so I'm going to be putting down some days of the week from here. This spread is actually a recap of the weekend, so it's going to be filled in after the fact. So the days going down is not necessarily today, and I will decide on which days I want and then put it in. So I've actually decided on using a different font, and I'm going to be using these leftover pieces from Paper Crown Planner, another printable shop that I tend to favorite, and these 2 days will be for Friday and Saturday. So I'm just gonna be taking the element off and placing it down. Friday and Saturday. Sometimes you find yourself having to go back in and fill in the days because the events actually happen so busy that you don't have time to sit down and really update. But what I do in a circumstance like that is that I actually jot down certain things on my phone, or I use my Clever Fox A5 daily for jotting down some of the more important things, and then from there I just fill in because sometimes you just need little bits of information to jog your memory as to how your day really went, and then you're able to just fill it in. Sometimes you have very full days, and sometimes the days are just, you know, a collaboration of daily living. But I am enjoying keeping track of my day and putting in all the important bits and pieces, and I think it's going to be a really nice addition to turning back the pages at the end of the year and seeing what really unfolded in the year. Because sometimes, you know, you do things and you think that you haven't done a lot, but when you have your journals and you're able to look back and you're able to see like what was going on, it is always a really enjoyable thing. So this is my journaling spread for Friday and Saturday. Who knows, I may film another one today that will be Sunday and Monday, and we will be back. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for liking and subscribing and sharing, and I will see you back on another vid with me, Organized Kiosk, while we plan our lives one page at a time. Thank you.